let's get into my wheelhouse, ladies and gentlemen. Now, understand what's going on here. They are laying the groundwork, the Republicans are, to cut Social Security and Medicare. Johnson has already talked about setting up a committee to do this, to look at so-called entitlements. And so people are trying to set, to use a gardening metaphor, they're starting to till a little bit. They want to loosen the soil for this. And one of the ways to do that is by saying, like, these Social Security people, it's a con, man. It's a cheat. They're cheating the American public. Here's Lauren Boebert. Apparently, somebody on her staff may be on vacation because this is what it led her to.
Their entire life.
Oh, pause it. I should say she's questioning Hank McNally, the executive counselor at the Social Security Administration.
The benefits that they have worked for their entire lives. In fact, 3 out of 5 applicants who are applying for their Social Security benefits, 3 out of 5 applicants will be denied benefits after waiting for approximately 7 months. About 8,000 people file for bankruptcy, and approximately 10,000 people die each year while awaiting a decision from your agency. All the while, you all are allowing delinquent employees to sit on their sofas at home instead of actually getting to work and doing their jobs. This is absolutely unacceptable.
So our employees are working whether they are in the office or at home, and they are.
Are you monitoring the work that they are doing from home on a regular basis?
Yes, we are.
Every employee, do you have the numbers of the hours that are submitted? Are you counting how many times they're logging into their computers and responding to casework?
So our employees are subject to the same performance management processes and oversight they are whether they're teleworking or working in an office. And we have systems in place that our managers use to schedule, assign, and track workloads. And that includes individual employee workloads in many cases. So real-time understanding of what actions are being processed at any particular given time. Additionally, our employees are required to be accessible to their supervisors, clients, colleagues, and external parties during work hours via a variety of means, including instant messaging, video platforms, and telephone. They are connected to the workplace, whether they are in the office or at the home.
Then why is the backlogs for Social Security applicants increased from 41,000 to 107,000?
Because we've been historically underfunded for a number of years now.
I don't think you're underfunded. You're funded at the Nancy Pelosi levels. At the Democrat levels, we just continued that same funding.
So I would say
at pandemic level spending.
So I would say we have an increase of over 8 million beneficiaries over the last 10 years. At the same time, we experienced our lowest work staffing levels at the end of FY22. That's a math problem. I mean, that is a problem. If you have those workloads, increasing, and you don't have the staff to take care of those workloads, you're going to have the backlogs that you're talking about, Representative.
Well, I would love to hear more reports of your staff actually working in person and increase the meaningful in-person work that is done in your offices. I'm out of time.
Oh, yeah. You are out of time.
Yes.
I mean, this is simple, right? I mean, and you'd think that they would have figured this out. If I'm paying you $100 to do, to service the American public, and I've been paying you $100 each year for 10 years, the population's growing. I mean, this is the thing. Freezing the budget is a cut. This is what, and I know this is not sort of Orwellian use of words. The American public is growing. And the more people with the same amount of money that you have to service is a cut. It's a cut. It's amazing that she's willing to, the hubris that's associated with this is pretty impressive, because she thinks she doesn't even have to really feel like she has to do any of her homework. And, but she's talking to the person who's doing this stuff.
I know. You rarely see a politician who's trying to do a viral moment like that cut themselves off. Them being the one saying, I'm out of time.
Is my time up?
Is my time up, right.
Is my time up?
Yeah. Lauren Boebert is a scammer herself. Mother Jones spoke to Shooters employees at her old bar and grill. 5 former workers told me that Boebert...
Shooters with an I? Sorry, go on.
Yeah. That Boebert consistently failed to pay her employees on time. One claimed that in one instance, Boebert pointed a loaded gun at him. Boebert has also come under investigation from several state agencies over her alleged use of campaign funds to pay off tax liens on her restaurant. Between 2016 and 2020, she accumulated $20,000 in tax liens from the state because of her failure to pay unemployment premiums. So, maybe a little bit of projection, I would say, applying the way that she kind of scammed different people at Shooters to a government agency that actually needs more money.
Yeah, and people love Social Security, and the way that the Republicans have been attempting for years to soften that love of Social Security is by inhibiting the agency's ability to provide that those payments and those services and to deal with things in a timely manner. I mean, this is the Republican game plan. You cut the IRS, and which, even if you were to apply like their dumb notion of like we should run the country like a business, which is stupid because a business's primary objective is to develop profits. A country and a society's primary job is to help all of its citizens. But the IRS as an agency, we know every dollar spent gives you a return on that investment, $6 or $7. And, but they don't want the government funded.
Yes.
They don't want the government to function well. And so there you have it.
And every time they further hamper the ability of government to work, then they use it as justification for further cuts.
100%. I'm going to play this clip. We've got some DeSantis stuff. I'm going to be honest, I didn't see it, but we have some clips. I don't care that much about it, but
I mean, we barely care about the Republican debate. Why would we care about this guy that's flailing about and diminishing himself even further by debating somebody who isn't even running for president in Gavin Newsom?
And I want to get to this other clip first, but I do have a question. I don't want to forget this. Because I thought DeSantis, I'm sure they had an agreement. We're not going to walk out from, were they at podiums?
They were at podiums.
Okay. I'm convinced, I haven't seen the thing, but that they must have had an agreement. We're not going to walk out from the podiums because Newsom's tall and DeSantis is not only short, but is very self-conscious about his shortness. Now, I was convinced that what Newsom would do is step out from the podium 2 feet and just like hold his hand out.
Yeah.
And just be like, will you meet me halfway?
Come to me.
He didn't do anything like that.
Just had
God.
his toddle over on his stilts.
Oh my God, that would have been so funny. And I also felt like, again, I didn't watch it, but I was like, I hope Newsom wore his lifts so that it would counteract DeSantis's lifts.